I worked at the Blue Heron Paper MIll, and I was there almost 33 years. We made paper for the LA Times to begin with, and then it expanded after that. The mill sat right on the river. We had to withdraw from the river anywhere from 6 to 8 million gallons of water a day. And that's what we use for our process. When we put the water back to the Willamette, it was cleaner than what we took it out. So it was a big impact not only on the falls and the river, but also the fish. My early impressions of the falls were there's a lot of water flow in the wintertime. It's kind of impressive because there's so much water that goes over the falls. The river also is very powerful, and water can make a decision. And in 1996, there was the big flood of '96. I mean, we did what we could to sandbag, to board things up, but we had a lot of flooding in the mill. We, as the workers, didn't want the Willamette to put us out of business. You have to have a lot of respect for the river at that point. You know, that the water can be that devastating and have that much power. But that, of course, then the water went down, we got things cleaned back up again, and then we were back up running, just like a lot of the businesses here in Oregon City had to do too. It was always a 24/7 operation, and it was 365 days a year. I worked graveyard for 33 years. You don't get to see your kids when you work swing shift, because you leave for work at 3 and they're coming home from school at 3:30, 4 o'clock. What I did was, both of my kids and myself, we had a mailbox, and they all had little flags that you could put up on them with openings. So I would put a little note in their mailbox and put their little flag up like they have mail. So when they got home from school, they could see a note from me every day when I was on swing shift. Of course, then when I got home at midnight, my little mailbox was open because my kids would write me a letter or a note and stick it in my mailbox, and I got a chance to visit with my kids. I spent a lot of nights being awake, making a good product that we thought was environmentally friendly. When the mill went down, all of us were out of a job. Essentially, we all started all over again. It's disheartening to go down and see it the way it is now, because it's all tore apart. Even us who worked at the mill, we could go out on the dam, but we couldn't go to the falls. We were very limited on having access. I think the falls now, people are starting to realize that it's a very big asset for Oregon City and West Linn. I was out of work for 2 years. Now I work for the county. For me, coming work to West was like a godsend. And it's something that I know I could do. You know, I had pump stations, they have pump stations. So it was kind of full circle. And I'm glad that West does the same thing that I used to do down at the mill, which is we take water and we put it back cleaner than what we got it.
Thank you.